Hello my loves, this is my second video all about love and romance. So in the first video we looked about an existing relationship, an existing connection, and in this one we're going to do some divining who's coming in to the frame. So this is if somebody is open to love, if you want to look at your own situation, if you're wanting to ask what's on the horizon for me when it comes to love. So this is quite a simple reading but very effective. So we begin by shuffling the oracle cards as we always do and infusing into them all of the intentions about love. So asking for some guidance today about love and romance. Okay. So I'm going to use myself as an example here. I am single right now, and so this would be quite a good way of illustrating how this works, and I'm interested to find out too as well. So once we've shuffled, you can either take the cards off the top or you can just randomly select the cards. So the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to take a card off the top, a card from the middle, and a card from the bottom. Okay, so we've got 3 cards. So the first card represents the person. It represents the qualities of that person. We may get some interesting information about them. You can also, for this reading, use other oracle cards if you wish. So another really interesting deck that I like is the Romance Angel Oracle cards, and also the Angel Tarot deck. So the Angel Tarot deck is, if you followed me for a while, you'll know this is my go-to deck. This one I really love. So we can get further clarification with that one, the Angel Tarot deck, and that's by Radleigh Valentine. But I'm going to go with these Oracle of Wisdom and Beauty exclusively because this is what this workshop, these tutorials are all about, so that we can actually do everything just with this deck. So the first card represents the person. The second card is how you'll meet them, how they come into your life or how they come into my life. And this is timing, so this gives this is the who, the how, the when. All right, so our first card, oh look at that, perfect, fall in love. So this person, it looks like they're my soulmate. We have the number 2, and that number 2 is about harmony, it's about union, it's about 2 people falling in love with one another. And it says always loved on there, so it feels as though there's a strong connection from a past life, or it could be, so always loved could be somebody I already know as well, because that, so you know when certain phrases stand out to you, or when you just get an intuitive feeling, that's what you should go with. So these people are dancing together, so it's almost as though they've been choreographed. So when you choreograph a dance, you don't just suddenly start dancing with one another and you know all the moves. It's almost as though you've been together before, you've known one another, and there's been some kind of dance that's taken place in the past or in a past life, and we're about to reconnect. Isn't that beautiful? Now right now I can't imagine anybody that I would want to get back together with in terms of an ex-partner or anybody that I know that I want to get into a relationship with. So I just can't imagine that it's that it's somebody I already know, but you never know, do you? You never know. It does look like somebody who is wanting the same thing. So when this card comes out, it's a beautiful card to come out. I'm very, very, very happy that that's come out, to be honest. It can indicate the fact that both people want the same thing. So it's a union that's very blessed in terms of the depth of feeling on both sides. It's, you know, very harmonious basically, and there's a really lovely blend of masculine and feminine So I know that we live in a colourful world, that you know, I'm heterosexual, but I know not everybody is. So when I created this card, it wasn't, oh, because I'm heterosexual, I'm just going to put a man and a woman on there. It's going back to divine masculine and feminine. So in any partnership, no matter whether it's 2 women, 2 men, whether it's polygamous, you know, whatever goes on between consenting adults is fine. There is always masculine and feminine energies from a divine spiritual level. So it's the blending of those and the harmonizing and the balance. It's a beautiful balance here with this card and that lovely dance. So fall in love, how beautiful. Let's see if we can get a little bit more information about this person, because I'm intrigued now. So who is this person? Tell me more. Tell me a little bit more about them. Anything else that you want to reveal? So let's take this card. So this is, it feels like, so the words on this card are release, try something new, flight, you need a change. So this could be somebody very different to anybody that I've been with before. It doesn't feel as though they are somebody from my hometown or the place where I spend a lot of time in. It feels like they are somebody who's different, maybe from a foreign place, or certainly from somewhere not from my place of living. So it does feel as though this person is coming in, either coming into my life on that road, or I'm going out of that road and going to meet them. But they come from somewhere else. They are different from the kind of people that I've been with before, which is very welcome, I have to say. Okay, so both of those interesting cards there. In terms of a star sign, I'm not really picking anything up from this. So if you have an astrological dice, or you know, you can get these 12-sided dice, and they can tell you the month of birth of the person, or you can get a dice that has actually got the astrological symbols on it, the 12 astrological symbols. So that's something else that you could bring into the mix. You don't have to. I'm going to do that here just out of interest, because we've got the number 2 and the number 7 on these 2 cards. So let's see if any of those resonate with this dice. So what's the month of birth? We've got 9. So the 9th month could indicate that they're either a Virgo or a Libra. Okay, Virgo or Libra, because that's the month that corresponds with the star sign of Virgo or the star sign of Libra. Okay, so our next card is how. How do you get together? How do you meet this person? How does it all come about? So again, we've got another number 7, and that corresponds with that card, flight, and then we have a flying swan on the up, lighter. So it feels like when I spread my wings, when I go on the up, follow my path, follow my divine path, that it feels as though I will connect with this person. So I would say look for connections between this card and anything that comes out here. So when we looked at clarification, we got that, which is 7. So we had 3 and 4 together, you get 7. We had 4 and 3 together, you get 7. So this does feel as though this person is not in my hometown. They're not in the places that I normally go to. So when I take flight, when I soar, when I go to somewhere else, somewhere different, it feels like that's how I'm going to meet them. The number 7 is about magic. It's about manifestation. So it's also connected to soul purpose. It's connected to life purpose. So it does feel as though when I'm connecting more with my purpose, when I'm doing more purposeful things while I'm on my purpose, I could meet this person. So it could be at some kind of spiritual event, it could be at some kind of event or linked to my work, my purpose. So I'm going to have to get out and about, and at the time of recording this we've got a mounting coronavirus, so I'm not really going anywhere anytime soon, so it's probably not going to be until later in the year, or if it is even indeed this year at all. And we're going to find that out. So we're going to find that out from the last card. Now I could get another clarifier card here, so let's do that just for the fun of it. Let's see how I meet this person, what else is going on. So we've got self-care lessons heart, and we've got the number 40, which when you add 4 and 0 you get 4. So this is very much, if I'm interpreting this very much for this reading about love, it feels as though doing something that my heart wants to do, doing heart-based things, doing something related to self-care. So I could meet this person while I'm devoting myself to angelic things, because this is the angel number as well, number 4. So it does feel as though this person's probably very connected to spirituality in some way, to heart-centered practice, to self-care, or me going about doing something related to that. So it does feel like it's very related to my work. I work with angel energy. I'm really interested in the heart, and working from the place of the heart, healing the heart, and so hopefully this person, they're shown here as being very much in harmony with me, so hopefully they're very spiritual too. That would be really nice. So finally, this is the when. So let's have a look at this, because this is going to be interesting to show you how to divine timings using the oracle cards. So we've got number 17. So when we add 1 and 7 together, that is 8. So this could potentially, I could meet this person in 8 weeks, 8 months, or in the 8th month of the year. So that would be in August, if it was going to be this year. Hopefully it's not 8 years time, but if it is, hey, well, that's how the cookie crumbles, isn't it? But it says, when I am not afraid to try things that are outside of my comfort zone, that is when I'll have this breakthrough. So it feels like the message is, I feel as though that the red on this card is all about control. It's the red is the root chakra. It's the things that we build on and control in our lives. So it feels like I have control over the timing of this, and that what I need to do is to push outside of my comfort zone, to do things that are different and be different, because this person is different and they're in a different place to where I'm at. So I'm going to have to be a bit more gutsy, a bit more out there, a bit more doing things differently, and that is when I'll have the breakthrough with love. So again, we could use the dice to look at timing. Even though I've got a number on there, we've got 17, which 1 and 7 is 8, so it could be 8 weeks, 8 days, 8 months, or the 8th month. Could even be 8 years, as I said. Usually it wouldn't be something like that, let me tell you that. And the reason why I say that is because that's such a long time away. You usually wouldn't be able to get such a clear picture and such a clear answers about it if they were a very, very long way off in the distance. And that is something that you can put an intention into when you're doing your reading. You can say, who's my next romantic partner? And so obviously I'm not going to go 8 years without having a romantic partner. I fully believe that. I fully believe this, but you've got to have faith, haven't you? Anyway, so we can use the 12-sided dice to just confirm this. So I'm just going to do that, see if we get any kind of confirmation. So we've got 2. So I would say 2 months, because it was number 8. So that would be 8 weeks, would be 2 months. So if we, in terms of really kind of nailing that down, I would say it's more like 8 weeks, 2 months, okay? So there you go. That is our love reading, and how to discover who is coming along on the pathway. You see, we didn't need to use any other cards. We just needed the Oracle of Wisdom and Beauty. It provided all of the answers that we needed. Now, you could actually pull more cards for clarification if you wished. I just pulled one card for each of those, but if you really want to go into detail and depth, then you can pull a couple more cards for each of those. You could pull another card for that one. I do prefer to use the dice, I have to say. And also you could use a pendulum if you like pendulums. If you're familiar with using a pendulum, you could do that as well. That's another option for the timing, where you just ask a very specific question. Is it 8 days? And see whether the pendulum says yes or no. Is it 8 months? Is it 8 weeks? Is it 8 years? Don't think so. And that is it, as simple as that. So I hope you've enjoyed this reading. I will let you know in 8 weeks' time if this comes about. I will leave a message in the comments and let you know how things pan out. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this, and take care, and see you in the next video.